Hello, in this video I will show you how to use the PHP tool. In the process, we'll create a database with a table and use some of these functionalities to manipulate the database. Before we start, please do like this video and subscribe my channel. So let's get started. To follow along, make sure you have XAMPP installed. I will leave a link in the description on how to install XAMPP. So you go to your browser and type localhost and click enter. So you click on PHP click here. First thing first, let's create our database. I'll click on new. The name of the database, I'll say testdb. Click on create. So next is to create a table. I'll call it test table. Number of columns, I'll be 3. Create. So here I'll say ID. So the data type is integer. Here I'll just put 2. I could leave it blank or just write a number here 2. Then next we auto increment. Here I'll call it name. The data type is varchar. I'll give it this. The length should be that. It could be anything, but make sure it's not blank. Put a value here. Here I will call it let me say age. Data type is varchar. Here I'll just use 255. When the data type is integer, you could leave this place blank or put a value like that. Yeah. Other than that, make sure you give a value. So we are done. Next, we'll click on save to save. Okay, the table has been created. This is the structure. So if I click on browse, so you see the table is empty because no data is there. We've not inserted data. So let's do that. I'll click on insert. I'll scroll down. I want to insert insert multiple records. So I'll just say yeah, let me say 10. Control to 10. So doing so, I'll just click here. So I'll just start typing them. The first one I'll say test 1. The age I'll say 10. Scroll down, test 2. Copy. The age I will say 11. Scroll down, paste test 3. Age I will say 12. Test 4. Age I will say 13. If you can see here, the integer, the ID, excuse me, the ID is blank. It's blank, but it will auto increment. That's why I check auto increment. So I don't need to put any value here. It will just do it automatically for me. So I'll go to 5. I'll say here, I'll say 14. B 6. I don't know if am I correct here? Should be 15. I hope I've not made a mistake. 6 years and 16. Let me see 7 17. I've made a mistake anyways. I'll just say this 18. Let's say 18 here. Nineteen year. 20 year. I'll just leave it at that. I'll just say go. So if I go to browse, see that these records have been inserted. This number of rows 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So we have 10 rows. Okay, now let's see how we can perform update. So to do that, there are a few ways we can do that. If let's say we want to update this row, we'll click here, basically click here update. If we want to update multiple rows, we just check the rows we want to update. The rows we check like that and click on update. In this case, we just click here update, and yeah, let's say I can change it to 9. Let's say I'll just say 1. So once I'm done, I just click on go. So you can see it's been updated from 10 to 9, and this one from 2 to 21, test 21. Yeah, if you want to, or the simplest way, just check, and let's say you just say 0 and that is been updated. Just do that. You just say test to click out. So that's another way to update. So we are done with updates. If you want to, let's say delete, there are a few ways to delete a record. To delete, let's say if I want to delete this, I just click here, delete. If I click here, okay, it's been deleted. So if you want to delete multiple records or multiple rows, you just check the rows you want to delete. You check like that, you click down here, delete. If I click down here, delete, see, click take yes, see it's been deleted. So another thing, you see a number of rows. By default, the number of rows that would display here will be ASM 25. If you want more, you just click here and select 50. So all the 50 will display, or 50 per row and per interface. So if you want more, you want 100, click 100, 100 will display. If you want 500, click 500 will display all at once. If you want all to show, just click on show all. But take note, this could crash your browser if the table consists of multiple rows. It could crash your browser or slow down the everything performance. So here is search. You could search if I want to search. Let's say I could just type 3. See, it searches. I could type test 2. See, it searches. You can sort the data, sort by ascending order. By default, is by ascending order. So if I click ascending order, it gives ascending order in terms of ID. ID starts from 1, 2, 3, 5. So it sorts in that order. If I click here, the ascending order will start from highest to lowest. So it's 10 down to 3. So yeah, let's see how we can export the table. If let's say we want to export the table, we click here on export. There are a few ways we can do that actually. Click here or go to this one. So let's try this one. If I click here export, I get this message, no rows. So to export, I need to select the rows I want to export. If I want to export just a few rows, I select just the ones I want to. If I want the entire row, I just select all, then I click on export. So it will export the entire rows. If I check that and I click on export, it takes me here. I just click on export, and it's been exported. The table has been exported. So another way, let's go back here, is by going up here. You just click here, export up, export. Come down here, you can click on, if you want to export the entire row, the entire data and table with all the rows, you just click on export. But if you want to select the rows, you click here, it says number of rows. You can put the number of rows you want to. By default, it gives you the default, which is 7. So if you say starting from, you can put, let's say, from 2, where you should start, the row should start from. You put the number here and you click on export. It's going to export that. So let's go back here. Now let's say along the way we notice that this column name, we want to change the name from name to names and the age to ages. To do that, you click here, structure, go to structure, check the data, the columns you want to edit, check like this. You go to change, click on change. So here you can change. Now just put SS, or you can even change even the data type to something else if you want. After doing the changes, perform the changes, you just click on save. If you go here to browse, you see that it's changed from name to names, age to ages. Another thing, go back to structure. If let's say we want to add another column along the way, we deem it fit to add another column. You just, if it's 1 or 2, depending on the number of columns you want to add, you could just, if you want to add multiple, just click here and click on go. But I'll add just 1, so add 1. So after, where do you want the column to be? After what ages? That's when the column will be added. You can say after ID. After ID, instead of names, it will not be name, it will be this column you want to add. So I will just leave it here. After ages, I'll click on go. Let me just put here sex. So sex is not integer, it should be variable character. I'll just go to with this and click on save. So if I go back to browse, you see that a column has been added, which is sex, and it's blank. Since when we inserted this data, it did not exist, so its data will be blank by default. So that's how you go about that. If let's say go back to structure, I want to drop a particular column like this one, you just click on it, see drop, click on that, okay, you delete the column, browse, the column has been deleted. So now let's see how we can delete the data in the database, other methods. So if I go to operations, scroll down, if you see the table is selected, so I'm in the table in the database. So the table is selected. You go to operations, scroll down, see we can perform, we can truncate, we can delete. So yeah, if I click on truncate, it deletes all the data. So let me demonstrate the difference. If I click on truncate here, okay, it deletes everything here. If I go to browse, everything has been deleted. So let me insert some data to demonstrate the difference between truncate and the other one. If I go here to insert, you say test, excuse me, test one, and you say h1, test 2, h2, I just click on go. So if I insert data, you see the ID starts from 1, but if I click on this one here, this empty the table, I click on delete from. If I click on this delete from, okay, all the data is deleted. You see the table now is empty. If I click on insert, let me insert data now. Test 1, I'll say 1, test 2, I'll say 2, go. So if I check here, you see the ID starts from 3. So the difference between truncate and the difference between these two, truncate and delete from, if I use truncate and I start populate the table again, the ID will start from 1. But if I use delete from, the ID will not start from 1. The last deleted row, if let's say that last deleted row had an ID of 4, when I use this to delete, if I repopulate the table, the ID of the first row will not be 4, will be 5 instead of 1. So that's the difference between the two. The difference basically is the ID. If I use truncate, the ID will always start from 1, but if I use delete, the ID will not start from 1. The ID will depend on the last row I deleted, the ID of the last row I deleted. If the ID of the last row was 4, the ID of the first row after reinserting data will be 5, not 1. So take note. Okay, if now let's say I want to delete the table, the entire table, I just click here on delete the table, click delete. If I click on drop, it automatically deletes the table from the database. So the table has been deleted. Now this is the database. If I want to delete the database itself, I just go to the same operations and I check drop. If I click on it, so yeah, the database is deleted. So this brings us to the end of this video. Please do not forget to like this video and subscribe my channel. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.